Hello folks, and welcome back to the program. Today I've got a pretty big stack of records I would love to show you. I have a lot of recommendations for you to check out, and a lot of this stack today is newer pressings. So those of you into newer music, this one's for you. Before we dive into the stack I've got today, I want to let you know about Manza Illustrations. Manza Illustrations is my personal business that I run with my wife, and we go ahead and make high quality designs for you, whether it's birthday gifts, commission pieces, holiday presents, gifts for family, friends, t-shirt designs, logos, whatever it is, we can make it happen. Check out ManzaIllustrations.com today. It's in the description of this video. Truth be told, folks, there isn't a clunker in this stack. There is all good things when it comes to this stack of records I've got for you guys. And I'm happy to say that when it comes to new music. I am not a huge advocate of newer music. I am stuck in the past in a lot of ways. But that said, a lot of the newer music coming out today is something to enjoy. I like to also touch upon modern things too. I mean, there's no harm in that. In enjoying some things from the modern day that do harken back to previously enjoyed sound. We all keep enjoying the mid-century together with a little touch of the modern day. This Empire Jazz record is from 1980, produced and arranged by Ron Carter, executive producer Bill Oakes, and this is such a great find. Let's look at the vinyl itself. It's on the RSO Bull label. You don't really see this kind of jazz record on that kind of label, but I thought it was really interesting. I mean, this cover alone is so cool. On the back it just goes over who the musicians were that play the instruments. Take Han Solo and Princess Leia's theme, for example, in this. It starts out typically how you would think the Princess Leia and Han theme goes, but then it escalates and develops into this whole other kind of thing. Dave Brubeck does Disney, for example. He starts out with the Seven Dwarfs theme, hi ho, at the first few bars, and then it proceeds to become freeform jazz from there. The asteroid field on this, it's fantastic. The way the hi-hats just keep the rhythm, the rhythm beats are fantastic throughout this. Yoda's theme ends this record. It doesn't have too many songs, 1, 2, 3, all of 5 tracks, but again, jazz records, the tracks are like this long on the vinyl themselves. They go off to their own little planets, I'll say. They go off and far away, and then they come back to the theme. They resolve with the theme at the end, like typical jazz records of the day would. Highly recommend Empire Jazz, if not just for this frameable cover alone. Keeping it in theme of Star Wars, we got The Empire Strikes Back, this new pressing. This is this beautiful gold, marbly, gold and black marbly vinyl. This is striking, if I do say so myself, beyond striking. Look at how awesome that is on this red, kind of crimsony red Varese Sarabandi label. Soundstream Recordings. This is an incredible find, an incredible pickup. It goes on all about John Williams and his accomplishments with creating the music for Star Wars. How incredible is he of a genius to make all of this music for us and our ears to enjoy. I love illustrated covers, as you know, being an illustrator. The painting on the front of this is so beautiful, so striking. Look at Cloud City there. Ray Bradbury does the notes for the inside here, and this is just a great package all in itself. Like, this is all you need to celebrate some of Star Wars fans' favorite movie. Empire is the favorite of most Star Wars fans, so I highly recommend, if you find it in your local Newbury Comics, as I did, you go ahead and pick that up. It's highly recommended. Up next, I finally got a copy of Lemonade. We love this record. Such memories listening to this with Stephanie. She loves all kinds of music, and including Queen Bee here. Beautiful cover here. This is a beautiful presentation here. High quality paper. It's got like a matte finish on high quality cardboard stock. The inner sleeves are just beautiful. It's done with yellow interior inside jacket, for Lemonade, of course. After spending almost 20 years together, they are still together to this day. This album, of course, is derivative of the alleged breakup from Jay-Z and Beyonce. This came out in like 2017, 2016, I want to say. And I remember just streaming it and having so many memories, traveling to Vermont with Stephanie and doing all this stuff together. Lemonade knocks it out of the park. This album is highly acclaimed and kind of hard to find, rare these days to find. And if you do find it, it's gonna range around $45 from where I'm from. I mean, you just get all these kind of interesting, awesome photos. I mean, how cool. Them together, Jay-Z and Beyonce together. It kind of just, this just is so cool to have. And then at the end is thank yous and credits. Standouts for me on this are Pray You Catch Me, Daddy Lessons, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, just I let the album play through the whole thing. There's not one clunker on it. There's not one this sucks one on it. There's not one track like that on this album. Highly recommend picking up Lemonade if you don't already have it. Up next, yes, I picked up Sob Rock by John Mayer. Again, Stephanie and I love John Mayer. My Aunt Kim would love early Room for Squares. Us being 90s kids, this is one of the artists that I embrace. My formative memories are all in the late 90s, early 2000s. And he just was the soundscape of that time. I love Wild Blue and New Light, you know, for example. I like the hype sticker on the front, and this comes on just standard black vinyl with pink Columbia labels. Nothing too fancy, nothing too extravagant. And then it's got a lyrics sheet that comes with it. I love when it's just a single vinyl record sometimes in the new age, when it's new music and it's just one album. Like, just give me one good album. You don't have to give me a double album of all mediocre stuff. Sometimes it's like that with the new stuff, in my eyes. But yeah, you know, Sob Rock, really laid back, really, you know, you could just zone out and have it on in the background. It's very mild. It's not, you know, abrasive or gonna whack you in the face with this new sound John Mayer's got. It's the same kind of born and raised, kind of laid back, you know, easy listening. Great guitar work as always from John. The guitar arrangements become like a soundscape of layers, and it's really interesting to listen to. I'm happy to say I picked up John Mayer's new album and actually really loved it, you know, so I wouldn't say I'm obsessed with it, but I love it. A lot of the drums and guitar work kind of remind me of you know, early Dire Straits on their first debut album. If you listen to Sob Rock, let me know if you hear the elements from the 70s that I hear. I think it's there. Next up, one of Steph and I's favorites, we've got Lungs from Florence and the Machine. This is a 2010 album. Look at that beautiful gatefold and a amazing picture. Florence has remained a staple in our relationship for a long time. I've known Steph over 10 years now, and she has just kept the hits coming all the while long. You know, Florence is very talented. Her voice is very striking, and just the rhythmic drums and the harp work and the harmony, all from Florence, is incredible. It's very powerful music and very ethereal and kind of mystical, a witchcraft dancing around a fire in the woods kind of vibe for me. Though her stuff is so you know, inherently animalistic and passionate. You know, it brings out the raw passion in a listener who likes the music. I just think anyone who's into Florence would love this album. She has a lot of great singles and great deeper tracks as well. It's just a collection of interesting melodies and lyrics that all have a bombastic indie edge. Next up, I have Babel from Mumford Sons. Stephanie and I like Mumford Sons a whole heck of a ton. This is a 2012 record. I remember when this came out, we listened to that at my house. We were living at my house in New Jersey, and we listened to this record all the time. And a lot of the songs just really are amazing. We've got lyrics written so handwritten lyrics, which I don't think are done digitally. This is really the way that they write the lyrics out is very consistent, and it's an interesting way to do it. It catches my eye, and it's really cool. This is on standard black vinyl, really striking red on the inside, and the other side is a dark blue, sort of a royal blue on the other side. But really excellent record. I still have yet to clean these. Note, clean your vinyl, new or old, especially new. Get rid of the static. There's nothing that bothers me more than just throwing on a new record without first cleaning it. You have to clean it, especially new records that hold such static. It's really staticky sometimes, but that's just a side note. Clean your vinyl before you play it. I love this striking picture of a windowsill on the back. This whole record, just let it play through. Let it wash over you. Play the whole thing, and don't select certain tracks that are your favorites. Just let the whole thing, see the album as a whole unit, and then make your decision on which songs you like the best. A lot of these songs remind me of old sea shanties that some sailors would be singing in a bar together. The wily strumming guitar, fast-paced. Later on, though, their sound changed with this next record, Wilder Mind. Came out in 2015. Marcus Mumford there at the mic, and a close-up of the electric bass guitar. See, everything changed to an electric sound. They used to have acoustic guitar, and upright bass. It was just real simple like that, and banjo. But this album, they moved to electric guitars, electric bass, and more synths. Stephanie, my wife, loves this. We've got black labels for side A, real simple, and white labels for side B. Again, real simple. Black vinyl. Again, I haven't cleaned this yet. Clean your vinyl, especially newer pressings in these kinds of sleeves. They just generate so much dust and debris when they're not cleaned. Again, I prefer the roots of their original sound in the first few albums, Mumford & Sons, and now, unfortunately, the band is broken up. We can no longer get new records from Mumford & Sons. But we have what we have, and I love it. Last but not least, we've got Harry's House from Harry Styles. My wife picked this up. Couldn't wait to go to Newberry's and get this record. It's brand new. It just came out. I've heard some people, and I do agree, that some of these sounds of the synthesizers on this Harry's House record really harken back to sort of the Beach Boys' Love You album with some of that Brian Wilson bass work he was doing with the synthesizer on keyboard. It's very reminiscent, I would say, with the synthesizers on Love You. But this is just standard kind of striking green yellow labels, and I love this. This is again just a single record. Love that cool kind of royal blue sleeve, and I do enjoy the cover there. This is a nice high quality matte heavy cardstock paper, and the other jacket here has a booklet, a cool little booklet from Harry's House. See, and we've got all kinds of lyrics for every song. Some nice photos of Harry there, and then at the bottom, credits and thank yous at the back there. Something I thought was cool that came with this was this cool postcard of an outdoor breakfast scene of Harry having breakfast outside. This is a very interesting postcard. I like the furniture. I like the picture. I love the physical aspects to vinyl that you get, and you miss out on all of it when you stream stuff. I think I like Harry's House better than Fine Line. Harry himself, Harry Styles, has admitted that Harry's House is his favorite over Fine Line. I just like the synthesizer work on Harry's House. That this album is really fun. This album features a lot of really upbeat tracks, danceable at times, while also some really just him and a guitar singing, really peaceful tracks as well. I love the side A with As It Was, Daylight, Little Freak. Those three songs together are fantastic, as well as Keep Driving on side B are standout hits. But the whole record, again, has its greatness. It has great times and it's got some down times too. It's got laid back tracks with some really danceable ones as well. So it runs the gamut of peaceful tracks, upbeat tracks, fun tracks, really engaging lyrics to listen to, and again, great synth work. I recommend you pick it up. It ran us about, I want to say, $20 maybe. This just came out in 2022 on Columbia, and we are very happy to have Harry's House as a part of our collection. I appreciate all of you staying to the end of this video. That's going to do it for this Stack of Wax episode from me. If you're not already subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel. Press like on the video. Share this video with a friend if you like some of the pressings. I highly recommend them all. And I will catch you folks in the next episode. With that out of the way, you can find me lounging to a melody. Take care, folks, and bye-bye. Thank you, folks, for tuning into this episode. If you do feel so inclined as to follow me on social media, you may gladly do so at Manza Media Art and Manza Media on every other platform. If you like prints, I've got an Etsy shop where you can see some of my original artwork and fan artwork. I'll catch you folks on the next episode of Manza Media.